Hello and welcome to Alive with Amanda. Today we're going to be talking about how to start really planning for 2024 in a way that you've never planned for 2024. I've been giving a lot of thought about this new year. Talked before about trends that are coming. I've talked about business planning, and a lot of people, like, maybe you take my advice, maybe you're like, yes, I need to create a business plan. Yes, I need to stay up on top of what's going on. It's been really eye-opening for the past 10 years to be in private practice, because when I started private practice, accepting insurance wasn't really that common. And the insurance reimbursement rates really were low. Like, I will admit they were low, but I didn't really know any better myself. And I was really just excited to start private practice. I was just ready to take clients anyway. I charged literally $80 for a session. I slid down to $50 a session. I was just like, I'll make money however I can make it. And a lot of people were private pay. And slowly but surely, more and more people started to take insurance, especially in Florida, when the reimbursement rates started to slowly move up. And then all of the business coaches started coming out, Facebook groups started coming out, and there was a lot more information out there. And I think that really helped catapult a lot of practices, whether they were private pay or they were insurance-based. So I've seen private pay practices catapult, and I've seen insurance-based practices catapult. I've seen a lot more people go into private practice, almost like my whole cohort of people I went to grad school with that I was friends with or knew, we're all in private practice. Me and my husband, we went to grad school together. We're in private practice. There are 3 people that I went to grad school with that work at our practice. And I know many friends who are in private practice. So that might just have been a timing thing. But I think one of the biggest trends that I see for 2024 is really a lot of people going into private practice. People are burnt out at agencies, they're burnt out at substance abuse treatment centers, and they want to go into private practice. One of the problems that I think people are going to run into is that there's just not that much commercial real estate out there, and in a way that it used to be pretty inexpensive to go rent a one-office suite. I rented a one-office suite. It was $500 or $600 for the month. It was super cheap, super easy. They first, last, and security, and they literally would furnish it for you if you wanted it furnished in an office space. It was an office suite. I think there's less and less of those available, and I think that I have found that people are really worried about renting office space, which I totally understand. And so what a lot of people are doing is that they're opening up virtual practices. And that's a fantastic thing, because that increases access to people that don't necessarily have access to going to a physical office. The problem with that is there's twofold that I see. One is that there's just going to be so many virtual practices, and they're competing with the BetterHelps and the Talkspaces and all these other large group practices that do virtual. So there's going to be a lot of competition in the virtual space. That doesn't mean I'm discouraging you from doing it or that you're not going to make any money. There's a lot of variables there. So let's take that, take that in, but there is a lot of competition in the virtual space. If somebody were to ask me hey, I want to build a successful practice that makes 6 figures, I would say brick and mortar is going to be your way to go, because that's the trend that I see. Our business, I will say, does about 40% virtual right now. So 60% is in office, but I would say about 80% of people that call in are looking for in person. There is going to be a big demand for in person. People like to come in. They like to have the appointment. They like to have that personal touch. They like to see their therapist. So I don't think virtual is going to go away. And I don't think that it's going to necessarily impact how you do your business, in the sense that those virtual clients will be there. I just think that there is such a huge opportunity for people like myself, and people are why do you keep opening offices? Because nobody else is. Nobody wants to. So many people are opening up virtual offices in my area. I go to networking events and half the people are virtual. I'm I might as well give opportunities to clients to see somebody in person because they want to, and clinicians to come and join my practice, not have to do the admin work, not have to do the marketing, not have to do all that. We'll handle that, right? And so I'm going to talk about the trend that I see with group practices, but first I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes, who really helps make the magic happen for my practice. Having an electronic health record that really helps run reports, bills credit cards, bills insurance, keeps track of all of our data, and can run reports, really makes running your practice a lot smoother. So if you don't already have an electronic health record, you've been thinking about switching, I definitely recommend that you check out TherapyNotes. They will do demos with you that you can call them. They have 24-hour customer service. They're so great. And so we use them. We highly recommend them. So I want you to check out TherapyNotes. There is going to continue to be a trend to group practices. One of the leverages that group practices have is when they have more and more people, they can get better insurance rates. That's happening. That happened for our group practice. I will be honest, we were able to negotiate some better rates than what I see they're offering new group practice owners or new solo practice owners, and even people who are established but have a team of less than 10. Having 20, 30, 40, 50 providers and going to an insurance company and say, we do all of these things. We're trained at all of this. We're evidence-based. We have all these systems. We have people on the phones. We have people doing billing, and we have 50 therapists. They are more likely to negotiate with you. That's why companies like Headway and Alma have been so successful, because they're like, we'll handle the billing, we'll handle everything, we'll credential people, like just give us better rates. And that's how they do it. Whether you hate them or you love them, we won't go into that debate, but that's how it happens. So you are going to see group practices continue to grow, especially the ones that have the admin down, that have the billing down, that have the marketing down, and the ones that can really provide a great experience for their clinicians. Not that it isn't always a bumpy road. My group practice is a bumpy road at times too, but that's really what's going to help make group practices stand apart from solo practices and sort of these large conglomerates that are coming into mental health. So I hope this was helpful to kind of share where things are going in the mental health space. That's just one perspective in one way. I'm sure there are many other things happening in our economy, in our world, that's going to impact this. But I hope that you stay on top of things so you can make all the right decisions for your group practice. I will see you, or your solo practice. I will see you soon, everybody. Bye.